My name's Nick, I'm 32 and I live and work in South London. I first saw the adverts come out for Fight City Gym and I was always a bit of a sucker for joining a gym, and I got in touch with Manny, the owner, and they were doing their founding offers, and the place I think was still a bit of a building site at the time, and not that I didn't really care, but I was so confident of what I was getting. In fact, Manny sent me off the floor plans to have a look at and how it was going to look, and I was so confident that I signed up there and then. I think a lot of people, they can get intimidated by a fighting gym or the idea that, you know, some place does martial arts or boxing. I think people still have this misconception about spitting sawdust or, you know, massive people that are like shredded and all professional fighters. Whereas I think with a gym like this, it's quite nice. It's a very friendly atmosphere. It's quite encouraging. There's kids classes, there's women's only classes. It's sort of something for everyone. And I think with a gym like this, what kind of throws a lot of people off is the fact that all the coaches compete. So therefore you're learning from people that are actively, you know, practicing what they preach. You've got professional fighters, you've got people that are recently retired, that have sort of been at the top of their game, and they're sort of always staying behind to kind of help you out. My favourite classes here at FCG, I was always a BJJ fan. I've done Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for about 6 years now. I think when I first joined FCG, I did a lot of everything. I was doing a bit of boxing, a bit of Muay Thai. In my younger days, used to do a bit of kickboxing. So it was nice to kind of go back to those roots. I then realised that, you know, BJJ is my passion throughout. I then train here probably 4 or 5 times a week. I throw in the odd MMA class as well. But what I will say about FCG is I don't think a class ever finishes on time. There's sort of, every class runs over about 2 or 3 minutes, and that's because teachers are always willing to give back. You can always ask a question at the end of the session. You'll be chatting with your mates about little technical aspects or details that you've done, and it's a really friendly atmosphere. It's a really good place to learn. The idea obviously for 2022 is to continue training. I just enjoy it for sort of health, fitness and like mental. I think mentally the gym is a really great place to go. I'd say when you're here and you're in a class, it's sort of anything on the outside, any distractions. When you're here, you're present. If you're boxing sparring, Muay Thai sparring, if you're rolling around in BJJ, like when you're here, it's purely here. I've watched the gym grow because I joined sort of as a founding member and watched the membership sort of build up. So from a BJJ perspective, it's really exciting. I think some classes now we hit sort of about 20 to 25 people. And I think the idea would be to compete a lot more in 2022. We've got some good coaches and it's an exciting time.